Imagine you're out for the night. You're tired. It's been a long week and you're ready to go home. You pull out your phone, the screen illuminating the darkness of the street corner. You tap the app. You request a ride. It's a ritual we have all performed 100 times without a second thought. A black car pulls up to the curb. It looks like the one on your screen. The driver waits. You open the door, slide into the back seat, and the door thuds shut behind you. You expect the car to move. You expect to be asked for your name. You expect to go home. But instead, you hear the click of a lock. You pull the handle. Nothing happens. You realize in that split second of horrifying clarity that you have made a mistake. And that mistake might be the last one you ever make. This is the story of Samantha Josephson and the nightmare that unfolded in the back seat of a black Chevrolet Impala. In May of 2019, Samantha was supposed to walk across a stage. She was supposed to accept a degree in political science from the University of South Carolina. She had a future ahead of her, law school, a career, a life. But instead of a graduation, her mother was handed a diploma posthumously, because 2 months earlier, Samantha's future had been stolen. It began with a discovery that would rattle even the most veteran investigators. In a remote area of Clarendon County, turkey hunters stumbled upon a body. The condition of the remains suggested something far beyond a simple robbery or a crime of passion. The forensic pathologist, Dr. Thomas Beaver, would later determine that Samantha had suffered approximately 120 separate stab wounds. 120. The attack had been frenzied. Wounds to her head, neck, shoulders, and hands. Defensive wounds that proved she had fought until the very end. Her body contained only 20 milliliters of blood. She had essentially bled to death. Investigators had a body, and they had a lead. A black Chevrolet Impala seen on surveillance footage in the 5 Points area where Samantha was last seen. A BOLO alert, be on the lookout, was issued, and at 2:50 a.m. an officer spotted it. When Officer Jeffrey Kraft pulled the vehicle over, he noted the driver, 24-year-old Nathaniel Rowland, seemed nervous. But as the officer approached, Rowland didn't just wait. He ran. He bolted from the car, cutting through backyards, desperate to escape. He was eventually tackled and arrested. But it wasn't until investigators looked inside that black Impala that they understood why he ran. The interior of the car was a house of horrors. Blood was everywhere. The rear passenger seat, the headrest, the doors, even the interior roof. It was soaked. But amidst the gore, they found something else. Cleaning supplies, liquid bleach, germicidal wipes. Someone had tried to scrub the evidence away, but the violence was simply too extensive to hide. However, there was one detail found in that car that paints a picture more terrifying than the blood itself. On the rear windows, investigators found footprints. Analysis showed they matched Samantha's feet. She hadn't just been attacked, she had been trapped. The child safety locks in the back seat were engaged. These locks, controlled by the driver, made it impossible to open the doors from the inside. Samantha had been kicking the windows, desperately trying to break the glass, trying to escape the small, confined space while she was being attacked. She was trapped in a cage. The evidence against Rowland was overwhelming, but it didn't stop at the car. Investigators found a rose gold iPhone, Samantha's phone, which Rowland had tried to sell the very next morning. They found a handwritten list in his possession, a checklist for a plan that seemingly went wrong. It read, duct tape, tape her whole body, gloves, all black, flip phone, gasoline, matches. The word matches had been crossed out. This wasn't an accident. This was a hunt. Perhaps the most disturbing revelation came from Rowland's girlfriend, Maria Howard. She told police she had seen Rowland cleaning the car, scrubbing what appeared to be a knife. Following her information, police searched the trash behind her apartment. They found a multi-tool knife with 2 blades stained with blood. They found bloody rags. And heartbreakingly, they found a child's shoe, belonging to Howard's daughter, stained with Samantha's blood. An innocent child had been riding in that car, completely unaware of the atrocity that had taken place in the seat right behind her. In July 2021, the trial began. The prosecution laid out the timeline, the DNA evidence, the footprints, the lock. Nathaniel Rowland maintained his innocence to the very end, showing absolutely no remorse. Judge Clifton Newman, a man who had seen the worst of humanity, called Rowland heartless and sentenced him to life in prison without the possibility of parole. Samantha Josephson's death sparked a movement. Her parents, refusing to let her memory fade into a statistic, established the What's My Name Foundation. It's a simple question, but one that could save a life. Before you get in the car, you ask the driver, "What's my name?" We live in an era of convenience. We summon strangers to our location with the touch of a button, trusting that the system will keep us safe. But Samantha's story is a grim reminder that sometimes the person behind the wheel isn't there to take you home. Sometimes the lock clicks, and the ride never ends. And with that, I'll see you in the next one.